The Galactic Council's observation post at the edge of Sol system had maintained its vigil for over 3 centuries. Its crew of Zenthi scientists had documented humanity's slow crawl toward the stars with detached amusement. That changed on what should have been another routine watch cycle. Senior observer Krell's facial tendrils twitched as anomalous readings flooded his screens. The quantum sensors detected a massive energy surge just beyond Mars' orbit, far larger than anything humanity should be capable of producing. Before he could alert his superiors, space itself seemed to fold, and through this impossible distortion emerged a vessel that shouldn't exist. The ship was massive, its obsidian hull gleaming with an iridescent sheen that spoke of materials unknown to even the most advanced galactic civilizations. Geometric patterns pulsed along its surface with barely contained power, and its design defied conventional spacefaring logic. This was no primitive human vessel cobbled together from fossil fuels and basic ion drives. This was something else entirely. "Impossible," Krall whispered, his tendrils now fully erect in alarm. "They're supposed to be at least a century away from achieving FTL travel." The vessel's presence triggered every classification protocol in the observation post's database. As Krell watched in growing disbelief, more ships began emerging from similar spatial distortions. Each one was unique in design but shared the same impossible materials and energy signatures. A fleet. Humanity had somehow built a fleet without anyone noticing. Admiral Sarah Chen stood on the bridge of the ESS Prometheus, Earth's first superdreadnought, watching as her fleet took formation. 20 years of secret development, hidden facilities in asteroid belts, and breakthrough technologies that the galaxy's finest would soon scramble to understand. But most importantly, humanity had achieved this all on their own terms. "Status report," she commanded, her voice carrying the weight of humanity's future. "All ships reporting ready, Admiral," her XO, Commander Jackson, responded. "The Zenthi observation post has been detected exactly where intelligence said it would be. They're transmitting urgent communications to their superiors." Sarah allowed herself a small smile. Let them. Humanity's entrance to the galactic stage was never going to be subtle. "Are our diplomatic packages ready?" "Yes, Admiral. Though I doubt the Galactic Council was expecting to receive membership applications from a species they classified as pre-spacefaring primitives just this morning." The bridge crew maintained their professionalism, but there was no hiding the pride in their posture. Each of them had been chosen not just for their skills, but for their ability to handle this moment, when humanity would reveal that they had not only caught up to the galaxy's finest, but had in many ways surpassed them. "Signal the fleet," Sarah ordered. "Begin Phase 1 of Operation Starfall." The Prometheus's engines flared to life with a brilliant azure glow as it led the fleet toward the heart of Galactic Council space. Behind them, Earth's solar system shimmered with newly revealed defensive installations and shipyards, each one a testament to humanity's determination to enter the cosmic community on equal footing. In the following hours, the galaxy's communications networks would burn with the news. Humanity had arrived, and nothing would ever be the same. The species that had been dismissed as barely worth monitoring had emerged with technology that defied understanding and ships that shouldn't exist. But for Admiral Chen and her crew, this was just the beginning. They had achieved the impossible not through alien guidance or stolen technology, but through human ingenuity, determination, and the unshakable belief that humanity deserved its place among the stars. As the fleet accelerated toward its destiny, Sarah thought of all the sacrifices and secrets that had led to this moment. "Send our greetings to the Galactic Council," she commanded. "Tell them humanity is ready for formal diplomatic relations." The message that went out was simple, but carried centuries of human dreams within its words. "Greetings from Earth. We come in peace, but we come as equals." The galaxy would soon learn that underestimating humanity had been their greatest mistake. The Grand Chamber of the Galactic Council had never seen such chaos. Representatives from over 300 species argued in a cacophony of translated voices, their expressions ranging from outrage to fascination. At the center of this storm stood Ambassador Marcus Rodriguez, Earth's first representative to the Council, maintaining a serene composure that belied the tension in the room. Supreme Counselor Vexthor, an ancient being of crystalline form, raised all four of their appendages for silence. The chamber's acoustic dampeners activated, forcing a quiet that crackled with unspoken accusations. The Council recognizes the delegation from the hegemony of superior species, Vexthor announced, their crystalline form refracting light in patterns of concern. High Lord Zixcar, a towering figure with bioluminescent markings, rose from his seat. His species had dominated galactic politics for millennia, and the contempt in his voice was palpable. This is unprecedented. The humans not only developed restricted technologies in secret, but have also violated numerous non-interference protocols. Their entire fleet should be impounded, and their leadership held accountable. Ambassador Rodriguez's response was measured, yet carried an edge of steel. With all due respect, High Lord, Earth was never a signatory to those protocols. We developed our technology independently, without interference or aid from any galactic power. The very fact that we achieved this while under surveillance speaks to humanity's capabilities. The chamber erupted again, but this time with murmurs of appreciation from the younger species. Many had chafed under the hegemony's technological restrictions for centuries. You speak of independence, Zixcar countered, his bioluminescence flaring with anger. Yet your ships utilize principles that took other species millennia to develop. The only logical conclusion is technological theft. Admiral Chen, standing beside Rodriguez, stepped forward. The motion was subtle, but her presence commanded attention. The hegemony's accusations are both false and revealing. False because every innovation we've achieved is distinctly human in its approach. Revealing because they expose your assumption that progress must follow your predetermined path. She gestured to the holographic display, showing the ESS Prometheus. Our ships don't use conventional quantum drives because we discovered a different solution to faster-than-light travel. We don't rely on plasma-based weapons because we found kinetic accelerators more effective. Every system, every innovation, represents humanity thinking beyond established constraints. The Council Chamber's AI projected technical data comparing human and galactic technologies. The differences were stark. Humanity's solutions were often less elegant but more robust, prioritizing adaptability over efficiency, redundancy over optimization. The humans are dangerous, Zixcar declared. Their unpredictable development threatens the stability we've maintained for millennia. Perhaps, a new voice interjected. Counselor Ixel of the Synthesis Collective, an I-organic hybrid species, rose gracefully. Or perhaps they offer exactly what our civilization needs, a fresh perspective. Our progress has stagnated precisely because we all think alike. Rodriguez smiled diplomatically. Earth doesn't seek to disrupt. We wish to join the galactic community as equals, offering new ideas in exchange for friendship. However, his voice hardened slightly. We will not accept a subordinate position. Humanity has earned its place among the stars. The debate raged for hours, but Earth's position remained firm. When High Lord Zixcar finally issued his ultimatum, submit to hegemony oversight or face isolation, humanity's response shocked the Council again. We reject these terms, Admiral Chen stated simply, and we've already established trade agreements with 15 independent systems who appreciate our innovations. The age of technological monopolies is over. As the Council session ended in disarray, Rodriguez and Chen walked together through the station's crystalline corridors. They'll retaliate, Rodriguez murmured. Of course, Chen replied, her confidence unwavering. But they'll find that humanity doesn't just build better ships. We plan for every contingency. Operation Starfall's next phase is already in motion. Above them, through the transparent ceiling, Earth's fleet held position, their impossible hulls gleaming with promise and warning alike. Humanity had crashed the galaxy's carefully maintained power structure, and the ripples of their arrival would soon become waves of change that no force could stop. Deep in the Carina Nebula, where stellar winds carved cathedral-like structures from cosmic dust, the ESS Prometheus and the hegemony flagship Eternal Dominion faced a common enemy: time. A quantum anomaly had been detected in the region, threatening to destabilize local space-time and potentially destroy dozens of inhabited systems. Despite their political tensions, the severity of the situation had forced cooperation. The hegemony's sophisticated quantum arrays were failing to contain the anomaly, which defied their unified theory of spacetime mechanics. High Lord Zixcar had swallowed his pride and requested human assistance, though his bioluminescent patterns still pulsed with barely concealed disdain. "Our calculations are perfect," Zixcar insisted, his towering form dominating the Joint Command Center. "The containment field should be working. There must be some fundamental error in reality itself." Dr. Maya Patel, Earth's leading quantum physicist, studied the holographic displays with intense focus. Where others saw failure, she saw possibility. "The error isn't in reality, High Lord. It's in our assumptions about it." She gestured to the swirling data streams. "Look at these patterns. They're not random disruptions. They're more like echoes. What if this isn't a natural anomaly at all?" Admiral Chen, who had been quietly observing, stepped forward. "Explain, Doctor." Maya's fingers danced through the holographic interface, highlighting specific data points. "These energy signatures share characteristics with our early FTL experiments, the ones that failed spectacularly." She paused, letting the implication sink in. "I think this is artificial. Someone's trying to punch through spacetime, but they're using outdated methods, dangerous ones." Zixcar's bioluminescence flickered with skepticism. "Impossible. All known species capable of FTL travel use standardized methods approved by the hegemony." "Known species," Chen emphasized. "Doctor, can we shut it down?" "Not with conventional methods," Maya replied. "But I have an idea. It's unorthodox." "Your species specializes in unorthodox," Zixcar noted dryly. Maya outlined her plan, and even Admiral Chen looked surprised. They would use the Prometheus's experimental resonance drive to match the anomaly's frequency, essentially creating a controlled implosion that would collapse it from within. The risk was enormous. One miscalculation could tear both ships apart. "This is madness," Zixcar protested. "Our simulations show success rates below 12%. "Your simulations are based on known physics," Maya countered. "But we've learned that the universe doesn't always play by the rules we think it should. Sometimes you have to work with the chaos rather than against it." Admiral Chen made the decision. "Begin preparations. High Lord, I suggest you move the Eternal Dominion to a safe distance. You would risk your flagship on an untested theory." "That's how we achieved FTL travel in the first place," Chen replied with a slight smile. "By being willing to take calculated risks." The next hour was a symphony of controlled chaos. The Prometheus's crew worked with practiced efficiency, modifying their revolutionary drive system for a purpose it was never designed for. Maya coordinated with the engineering team, making adjustments based on intuition as much as calculation. "Ready, Admiral," Maya announced finally. "But I should warn you, this might look rather spectacular." Chen nodded. "Humanity's solutions usually do." "Execute." The Prometheus's drive spooled up, its unique energy signature harmonizing with the anomaly. The ship's hull thrummed with power as reality itself seemed to bend around them. Warning alarms blared as multiple systems redlined, but the crew held steady. From the Eternal Dominion's perspective, the sight was terrifying and beautiful. The Prometheus appeared to dance with the anomaly, their energies intertwining in patterns that defied conventional physics. Then, in a flash that temporarily blinded every sensor in the sector, both the ship and the anomaly vanished. 3 seconds of absolute silence followed. Zixcar was about to declare the human ship lost when reality rippled, and the Prometheus reappeared. Its hull was scorched but intact, and the anomaly was gone. "Status report," Chen commanded, her voice steady despite the lingering vertigo. All systems recovering, her XO reported. The anomaly has been completely neutralized. Dr. Patel's theory was correct. We detected artificial signatures in the final moments before collapse. Someone was trying to breach our space. Zixkar's massive form approached the human command station, his bioluminescence now showing patterns never before seen in diplomatic encounters. Your methods are chaotic, dangerous, and completely contrary to established protocols, he stated. Then, surprisingly, his colors shifted to show respect. They are also, I must admit, effective. Maya smiled tiredly. Sometimes the best solution isn't the most elegant one. Humanity learned long ago that adaptability trumps perfection. The emergency session of the Galactic Council began with silence rather than chaos. The holographic displays showed a scene that chilled every representative present. An entire sector of space going dark, communications ceasing, and automated beacons falling silent one by one. Admiral Chen stood beside High Lord Zixkar, their previous antagonism forgotten in the face of an incomprehensible threat. The tactical display showed the wave of darkness approaching hegemony space at an impossible speed. The analysis is complete, Dr. Maya Patil announced, her voice carrying across the chamber. These aren't natural phenomena. We're detecting quantum signatures similar to the anomaly we encountered, but on a massive scale. Someone didn't just breach our space. They opened a door. Counselor Vexthor's crystalline form dimmed with concern. The ancient records speak of a time before the hegemony, when beings of unimaginable power waged war across dimensions. We thought them merely legends. Not legends, a new voice interjected. Archivist Gentle, keeper of the hegemony's deepest secrets, stepped forward. His ancient form bore the marks of countless centuries. They were sealed away by our ancestors, using technology we no longer understand. The anomaly your ships encountered was the first crack in their prison. The chamber erupted in murmurs of fear. These beings, these dimensional hunters as the ancient texts named them, had nearly destroyed all life in the galaxy before being contained. Now they were free again. And the hegemony's mighty fleets seemed insignificant before their power. Our standard weapons have no effect, Zixkar reported grimly. 3 battle groups have already been lost trying to slow their advance. Our technology, perfected over millennia, means nothing to them. Admiral Chen had been studying the tactical displays intently. Because you're fighting them conventionally, she said suddenly. We're all thinking like soldiers when we should be thinking like survivors. She stepped to the central platform, bringing up a new display. Humanity has always been outnumbered, outgunned, or seemingly outmatched. It taught us to think differently. Dr. Patel, show them Project Labyrinth. Maya activated a secure data channel, revealing schematics that made even the hegemony scientists pause in wonder. We developed this after studying the quantum anomaly. It's not a weapon. It's a maze, a trap made of folded space-time itself. These beings exist partially in other dimensions, she continued. That's why conventional weapons fail. But if we can't fight them directly, we can use their own nature against them. Create a pocket universe that attracts them, then seal it behind them. High Lord Zixkar's bioluminescence flickered with realization. Like the prison our ancestors built, but using completely different principles. Your chaotic approach to physics might actually work where our precision fails. We'll need your help, Chen stated firmly. Humanity has the concept, but we don't have the resources to build something this massive. The hegemony's industrial capacity, combined with our theoretical framework, could save our civilization, Vexthor finished. But the risk is enormous. If we fail, we'll have used resources we desperately need for defense. Sometimes the greatest risk is taking no risk at all, Chen countered. We need to act now, while we still have sectors to defend. The council chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity, the newcomers who had disrupted the galactic order, were now proposing to save it, but only if the ancient powers were willing to trust their unorthodox methods. The hegemony supports this plan, Zixkar declared, his massive form straightening with determination. Perhaps it's time we learned that there is more than one path to wisdom. The next hours were a blur of activity. The Prometheus and the Eternal Dominion led a joint fleet to the edge of affected space, their crews working together to construct something that had never existed before, a trap made of twisted reality itself. As they worked, more reports arrived of worlds going silent. The dimensional hunters were drawing closer, their very presence warping the fabric of space-time. But in their staging area, humans and aliens labored side by side, combining technologies in ways neither civilization had imagined possible. Maya worked tirelessly with hegemony scientists, merging human intuition with alien precision. "It's beautiful, in a way," she commented to Chen during a brief rest. "We had to face an impossible enemy to learn we're stronger together than apart." Chen watched as the massive construction took shape against the backdrop of space. "Let's hope it's enough, because if this fails, there won't be a galaxy left to unite." The trap was nearly complete when their sensors detected the first direct signs of the hunters approaching. In the viewport, space itself seemed to fold and twist, revealing shapes that hurt the mind to observe. The moment of truth was approaching, and with it, the test of whether humanity's unconventional wisdom could succeed where ancient power had failed. Reality screamed as the dimensional hunters approached the combined fleet. Their forms defied comprehension, massive shapes that seemed to exist in multiple places simultaneously, leaving trails of distorted space-time in their wake. The trap had to work. There would be no second chance. Admiral Chen stood on the Prometheus's bridge, surrounded by both her crew and a delegation of hegemony scientists. The ship's quantum sensors tracked the approaching entities, their displays struggling to represent things that existed partially beyond normal space. "All ships report ready," Commander Jackson announced. "The labyrinth is fully powered." High Lord Zixkar's voice came through the command channel, his tone carrying an unfamiliar note of humility. "The hegemony fleet stands with you, Admiral. We follow your lead." The combined fleet had arranged itself in a complex three-dimensional pattern, each ship's position precisely calculated to help shape the trap's quantum fields. The hunters drew closer, their very presence causing warning alarms to blare across every vessel. "Dr. Patel," Chen called, "status of the labyrinth." Maya's fingers danced across her console, making final adjustments to the massive construct they'd built. "Field integrity at optimal levels. The quantum matrices are stable, but we'll only get one shot at this. Dimensional entities entering final approach vector." A sensor officer reported, their voice steady despite the eldritch horrors appearing on their screens. They're changing course. They sensed the trap. Chen's expression remained calm, though her hands tightened on the command rail. "That's exactly what we wanted. Humanity learned long ago. Sometimes you have to lose the battle to win the war." Initiate Phase 2. The Prometheus's experimental drive spooled up, its unique energy signature calling to the hunters like a beacon. Other ships in the fleet began generating similar signatures, creating a symphony of quantum frequencies that the entities found irresistible. "They're fully committed to the attack vector," Maya reported. "Labyrinth power levels at maximum. We need to time this perfectly." The hunters accelerated, their impossible forms distorting as they prepared to feed on what they perceived as vulnerable prey. The combined fleet held position, every crew member knowing that survival depended on perfect timing and trust in their allies. "Now," Chen commanded. The trap activated. Reality itself seemed to fold inward as the labyrinth's quantum fields engaged. The hunters, drawn by the fleet's energy signatures, found themselves caught in a cascade of folding spacetime. Their otherworldly screams echoed across dimensions as they were drawn into the artificial pocket universe. "Containment fields holding," Maya called out. "Beginning final sequence." The Prometheus's hull groaned as it channeled more power into the quantum matrices. Around them, hegemony ships added their energy to the effort, their more conventional technology working in perfect harmony with human innovations. "Seal it," Chen ordered. Maya and her team of human and alien scientists executed the final commands. The entrance to the pocket universe collapsed in on itself, sealing the hunters away in a prison they would never escape. The energy backlash sent shockwaves through real space, causing every ship in the fleet to shudder. Then, silence. "Status report," Chen demanded. "Containment is holding," Maya confirmed, her voice thick with exhaustion and triumph. "The pocket universe is stable. They're trapped, and this time, the prison will last." The bridge erupted in cheers, human and alien voices joining together in celebration. On the main viewer, High Lord Zixkar's bioluminescence displayed patterns of joy and respect that had never been seen before in diplomatic contact. "The hegemony owes humanity a debt we can never repay," Zixkar declared. "Your unconventional thinking and willingness to take risks saved us all." Chen smiled. "We don't seek repayment, High Lord, but perhaps we can build something new together. Our differences aren't weaknesses, they're strengths." Today proved that. In the days that followed, the Galactic Council convened again, but the atmosphere was transformed. Humanity was formally welcomed into the galactic community, not as subordinates, but as equals. The hegemony's technological restrictions were lifted, replaced by a new doctrine of shared innovation and cooperative development. Maya found herself heading a new joint research initiative, combining human intuition with alien precision to explore the frontiers of science. The Prometheus became a symbol of this new era, its unique design inspiring a revolution in shipbuilding across the galaxy. As Admiral Chen stood in the council chamber weeks later, watching representatives from hundreds of species discussing new possibilities and joint ventures, she reflected on how far they'd come. Humanity had emerged from its isolation, not just to claim its place among the stars, but to help forge a stronger, more diverse galactic civilization. "The stars were never our destination," she mused to Ambassador Rodriguez. "They were just the beginning." Above them, through the chamber's transparent dome, Earth's fleet stood alongside ships from across the galaxy. Their different designs and technologies no longer represented division, but the strength that comes from unity and diversity. The galaxy had faced extinction and emerged stronger, not through the dominance of any one species or philosophy, but through the power of cooperation and the willingness to embrace new ideas. The future that stretched before them was bright with possibility, a testament to what could be achieved when the best of humanity met the best of the stars.